Hi, my name is Jimmy. I was born in Bulawayo, Zimbabwe. I am a citizen and resident of in Botswana, and I was educated for a large portion of my high school, undergraduate, and postgraduate years in South Africa. I think this, if anything, reflects someone who's strongly African, proudly queer, and consistently non-conforming. And if there's one aspect of my life that I remember very vividly is at the age of 16, just having finished high school in an all-male boarding school, someone saying, imagine if you were called gay every single day. And I overheard this. And at the time, I remember vividly how I didn't even know what the word gay meant. And this, along with a lot of other things, reminded me very quickly about how a lot of survivors can find themselves not necessarily being aware or conscious of the realities that they're living through, not just as a result of a lack of information, but also generally not necessarily having agency in terms of voice and visibility. At the time, I didn't know better. But at some point in my early activism, I learnt that the resilience that was inbuilt in myself is something that isn't necessarily unique to myself. And that so many individuals experience injustices, abuse, hate, just as I did, in environments that are filled with masculinity, patriarchy, and the worst forms of discrimination that is really quite systemic and socialized. And that despite all of these challenges in their surroundings, further exasperated by socioeconomic equality, we can actually survive and we can live enough to tell the story, which I think is really quite beautiful in the fact that, I have been able to use my history and my story in the process of belonging and becoming, in the process of having voice and visibility, and being lucky enough now to be one of the Civicus Goalkeeper Accelerators advancing SDG 3, Health and Well-being, and SDG 5, Gender Equality, which brings me to my current work now in terms of advocating and queering up variant policy spaces ranging from the African Commission on Human and People's Rights and the UN Committee on the Elimination of Discrimination Against Women, the SADC Gender Protocol at Work summits, and ensuring that all aspects, not just one linear aspect in terms of sexuality or gender diversity, but that family planning, issues of choice, body policing, and addressing the inherent systematic impediments to liberties and freedoms with regards to understanding ourselves and expressing ourselves in the best of ways, not just in law and not just in prevalent MSM or key population HIV response mechanisms, but also in workplace environments amongst young people who are the majority demographic and who I identify and affiliate with politically, socially, and otherwise. I firmly believe that this journey of becoming and belonging within the larger landscape of universal health coverage and the SDGs can be strengthened through this program. And this is Dumi, leader, activist, and change agent. Thank you for the opportunity.